Hello, beautiful soul family. It's Breanne here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to Readings with Breanne. So I have touched base on this topic a few times in the past, but I wanted to do an update for you guys today because just recently, the other day, we have Canada's finance minister quitting. She just put in her resignation. And we've got Mr. Trudeau that is kind of scrambling here. So it's kind of interesting to see the momentum forward and where that's going to lead. I did do a tarot read. This was a while ago, probably a few months at least ago now, on the energies of Pierre Poilievre, kind of stepping forward and being front and center. And I'm going to do a tarot poll and see what I can look into moving forward with the crystal ball as well for you guys. But I'm just looking at this one article here. And again, this is an article that was just put out here. Canada's finance minister quits over a Trump tariff dispute with Trudeau. So finance minister Chrystia Freeland has resigned from her post, citing disagreements with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on how to respond to the incoming President Donald Trump threats of tariffs. So she announced her resignation letter to Trudeau on Monday, which she said that the two have been at odds about the best path forward for Canada. And her resignation also just came hours before she was due to provide an annual fiscal government update in Parliament. So you guys, this is interesting. So I pulled a few tarot cards just to look at the momentum of where Canada's going. And you guys, we do have that tower moment. It is coming crumbling down. And I mean, there's definitely that push to get Trudeau out of here. So I'm curious to see how soon are we going to be having an election coming up before that time is actually due. I do see that happening because there's really just there's no faith in our government and who is, in control here at the moment. And things are just on this downward spiral here. So I will say I am really happy to see with this energy over the situation with Canada moving forward. We do have the Page of Pentacles, you guys. So this is a bit of good news going forward. I mean, I think I'm saying this from a very neutral standpoint, but from everything that has ever come out of Trudeau and the energy, there's a lot of corruption there and a lot of things that are being hidden that aren't even known to the public. And a lot of these things, I feel like there is going to be actually more evidence and things coming out over the next even few weeks. There's going to be quite a bit of stuff here, especially with that Page of Pentacles here. So we can see the energy of Trudeau, you guys. He's done. He is done. We have the Death card. I don't see him being in office for much longer, and I've been saying that for quite a while now. As well as I know many others also are getting that same energy in that report. So it's kind of it's good to see things are headed for a change, which is what Canada really needs right now. Things are extremely tough. The housing market's insane. The cost of groceries, it's all crazy. So, what's interesting though too, when I'm looking, kind of spending a few moments prior to coming on here, and I'm looking and observing this energy and taking it in, we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Tower, and we have the Six of Pentacles. But when I'm looking at this, I feel like there's some kind of things that are going to blow up in Trudeau's face in terms of bribes that he's taken, money laundering, whatever's going on here. There's something blowing up in his face that's going to be coming out to the public, is what I'm getting a lot from this energy. So kind of interesting energy here. But we do have Canada with that Three of Wands, you guys. This is moving forward and kind of start. It feels like a bit of a fresh start, even though we're not really out of the water yet. There's a lot of damage control that needs to be done. So the more I look kind of at the energy that's coming out with the crystal ball as well, I do see, I'm going to pull the cards on this again, but I do see Pierre Poilievre being front and center. I do see him the next leader here in Canada, but I see him also connecting a lot with Elon as well, which is interesting. And it feels like there is going to be more of a collaboration with Trump and Elon and that team with Canada. So we'll have to pull some more tarot on that specifically and see what's coming up. Now, I don't know if this is a side note, but when I see this tower, I mean, looking at Canada, I don't know if this is completely different because I know this is more of a political pull that I did, but I want to look into any potential. I don't know if this is like kind of an attack, or I don't know if I want to say an attack, but even potentially an earthquake in possibly Canada that can be quite a large one. So I want to do more of a tarot dive on that just to see if that's something that is a potential, because when I look into the crystal ball, I do see a big shakeup. And it's interesting because when I look at when you look at the tower and the individuals jumping from the building as well, I'm actually seeing like this girl in the blue. I can see her image in the crystal ball kind of falling and jumping. So, this could even be, with all those drones in the sky, this could be additional unidentified objects in the sky of Canada as well. So interesting to see kind of what's going forward there. But let me take a few more moments and I'm going to see what other information I can get for you guys when it comes to moving forward with the Canada in 2025 here. Now, this is a little bit different. I don't know where this is, but I'm almost seeing like it's not a body of water. It looks like a massive, kind of like a spill. And the only reason why I'm not saying it's water, it looks almost like oil, is because when your oil leaks in your car and you get kind of that color residue, that's what I'm seeing in the crystal ball. So it feels like there could potentially be a really big maybe oil spill or something to do with the oil in Canada. That could potentially cause a lot of disruption and damage as well. So that's really interesting. All right, let me keep going here and see what else I can see here. I do see Pierre Poilievre. I see him very much. What's the energy spirit of Pierre Poilievre being the next person in office in terms of the next leader? Yeah, I do see this. Yeah, it's like a big yes. We've got that King of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and then we have a victory. So we do have a big yes. I do think he will be the next prime minister, I guess you can say, the next person in charge here, but he's got a lot of work, and I don't even know if it's like there's so much damage control that needs to be done. This is not going to be an overnight thing in terms of turning Canada around. The economy has taken a big crash and a big hit here. So I do think that he will be moving forward as the new leader. We'll dive into the tarot a little bit more, but that's what I was seeing in the crystal ball. So I was just curious, again, pulling cards on that. I really do potentially see still things getting a little bit more rough before they get better for Canada. I mean, we're almost into 2025 here, and it feels like that first quarter, maybe even going into the summer, could be a little challenging, especially with the economy. But it's this energy of people actually, I wouldn't be surprised, like kind of seeing more protests in the crystal ball as well, like more people standing up, especially when it comes to the economy and housing market here. I have said this a time and a time again. I like this time next year is going to be a big light at the end of the tunnel, but it's like I seen almost a calendar, like flipping through the calendar here, and September, October, somewhere around the end of the summer, maybe going into the fall, there is almost this celebration, is what it feels like. With I'm seeing houses here, buildings. I'm seeing also buildings in terms of like I don't know if this is more like people pursuing their certain business ventures and dreams. We're having more support from potentially programs here, if that makes sense. So it's an energy of what I guess I can say what I'm seeing in the crystal ball is, yes, I see people being able to finally, afford a house and not be completely, pulling their hair out because they can't make ends meet. There is a lot of progress forward, but it's not happening still for a little bit. I mean, it's close, you guys. It is close, but it feels like we have a lot of political changes and shakeups that are going to happen over the next 3 to 6 months. It's going to be a little intense, you guys. And a lot of this stuff has to come out. Like, we have to, you know, be aware. We have to stand up. We have to work together with this energy. So, you know, Seven of Cups, it's not just, you know, wishful thinking. It's about taking action on things as well. But it feels like things are finally crumbling so we can build on something new. I mean, how long have we been talking about that, you guys? A long, long time. So I know many of you guys have been waiting and waiting. So let's see here. I'm going to pull the tarot and just look at, we'll kind of just stay focused a little bit on what does this look like for Justin Trudeau leaving? Is Pierre Poilievre going to be kind of the next prime minister? Are we going to be having an election soon? What's some more details on this? So I do see this is coming. I mean, I don't know if this is happening this month in December, or if this could even be going into January, February, and like a build-up intensity in February all of a sudden with what I'm seeing here. So I'd have to try to go back and see what I was relaying that to, but I'll be interested to do like a whole February report to see what's coming up in February, because it may be a little intense is what I'm getting. The next couple months, my friends, will be intense. But let's dive over to the tarot and see if we can get some more messages coming up. And I did also, actually, I forgot to mention, I pulled this other card as well, and it says here, overlooked markets are right in front of you. So this is also interrupted, regularly scheduled programming as well. We have Robert Johnson there, and it feels like there could be also, again, scheduled programmings that are interrupted. So what I'm getting from that as well is lots of interruptions, especially when it comes to this switch over to a new system, because this is ultimately where we're leading. So let's dive into the tarot and see what messages are coming out for you guys when it comes to the elections, that may be an early elections, and moving forward on a leader and what's going on with Justin Trudeau. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I absolutely adore and love all your guys' feedback and support. If you guys have any other tarot topics you want me to look into, don't forget to comment down below. Always open to hearing your guys' perspectives. Now, please note that I will never reach out to you guys for a personal reading. So if you guys do want a session with me, please visit my website at readingswithbreanne.com. And with that being said, let's dive into the tarot topic for today. So let's see where Canada is headed. Got the Anima Monday card kind of popping out right there. But if we kind of look at the energy too of these, let's say, political events that have really taken some turns, and the decline in approval ratings for Mr. Trudeau, you know, are we on the verge of a snap election here? Let's see, the sword. Are we on the verge of a snap election? Let's see what the tarot has to say about that. What do we have, Spirit, for Canada when it comes to a snap election? Is that something that is going to be popping up over the next couple months here? Next couple months, do we have a snap election to get Trudeau out of here? What does that look like? The Magician. Oh my goodness. The Ace of Wands, you guys. Ace of Wands, absolutely. We definitely do have a snap election, I guess we can say, coming up here. Which one is this one? Eight of Wands. Page of Cups. And the Seven of Pentacles. Wow. So absolutely, this is a bit of a, you know, and recently too, I believe Pierre Poilievre did kind of he came out, he did a bit of a speech there for the people with the whole situation. And I feel like that speech actually won a lot of people over as well. So that's definitely going to be my next question. But if we look at this, the Magician, I feel like things are already kind of in the works of setting up some setting up a new election here and getting Mr. Trudeau out of here. Absolutely, this is a big yes. So the Two of Swords right now, we're in that present situation. It's kind of on the fence. So I can't say exactly when this is going to happen, but it does feel like in the next like even month. I wouldn't be surprised from now into the next month that this is going to be happening. So it looks like a big yes that we're going to be seeing him ushered out of here. I don't think he's going to be around much longer. Again, we've been saying that for a long time, but just curious with this new drama happening here, what does that look like moving forward? Is he truly done? I think he just recently came out as well, and oh my goodness, there was this video that I watched about him not giving up. Oh my goodness, it was an interesting video. Oh, here we go.
I really do.
Okay, wait.
I love this country. I really do. I trust Canadians. There is no place I'd rather be than Canada, and it is the absolute privilege of my life to serve as your Prime Minister. Now, Canada is the best country on earth, but it's not perfect.
Anyway, I won't run through the whole video, but it's just interesting. This is apparently him speaking out at a Liberal fundraiser in Ottawa, just following the resignation of Freeland, the finance minister. So, do you think that the woos in the background are actually people, or do you think it's just a soundtrack? I remember there was a couple of things he went to and there was nobody even in the crowd. There was like one or two people, and it was a little interesting. So anyway, you guys, I absolutely do think that we're headed towards a snap election here. So let me ask, because I wanted to see, I have gotten again and again that Pierre Poilievre was going to be, let's say, the next prime minister. I'm not saying he's perfect, you guys. I'm sure there's skeletons in the closet. I mean, he's a politician. And it's important to know that there isn't going to be a politician that is going to come in and save the day. It's just not how it works. But, I mean, a lot of people put their faith into these politicians when there's so much corruption going on. But I'm just curious, what do we have, Spirit, when it comes to Pierre Poilievre being the next prime minister? Is that a possibility? Is that a possibility? And what does that look like? Would that be a positive move? Would that be a positive move? Let's see what we have. We have the King of Pentacles. Yes. Judgment Day. There's a lot of stuff he's got to do and clean up, so it's not going to be easy. Queen of Cups. We have the Moon, the Emperor, and we have the Ace of Swords. So I have a pretty big yes for this. There is a big possibility of him getting in when it comes to Pierre Poilievre being the next prime minister. Now, I have to say there's definitely is, with that Judgment in reverse, though, I'm almost wondering if there are some kind of hidden secrets that could be maybe exposed throughout this whole, unraveling of exposures happening. But I do think he is a good energy for the job here. We do have him exposing a lot, you guys. The Moon in reverse. This is instability. This is secrets. This is the unraveling of everything that's really going on behind the scenes that we may not be aware of. And it feels like he has the stability. He has the structure. And it feels like he's going to do what he says he's going to do here. So it does look like a really positive move with him being let's say elected. It does look that that's a big possibility, so we'll have to see how things kind of unravel. But again, not trying to say he has all the power or anything of that matter. We have the ability to work together, and in numbers we are extremely powerful, but it feels like he does have a good energy here to move things forward and reveal what needs to be revealed. So in order, he's gonna like rip that band-aid off. That's what it feels like. So quite interesting there. All right, lovely souls. Let's dive into a few other side questions that I had when it came to looking into Canada and the crystal ball. So I also just read too that Dominic LeBlanc was Trudeau's pick to replace Chrystia Freeland as the new finance minister. And I haven't really looked into this LeBlanc guy before, but from what I read, he actually owns, or well, he's in control of the shipping containers, the borders, the police. So kind of curious to look at that. I mean, if this is, you know, a close ally with Mr. Trudeau, I want to say there's a potential that there's a lot of corruption going on there, and now he's right up there as the finance minister. So what does that look like, Spirit, if we look at the energy of Dominic LeBlanc as the new finance minister? Is that just going to even become more of a big circus show? Oh yes, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, you guys. The devil. Oh my gosh. So yeah, he's not. I'm sorry. He's not a great a great energy here. Nothing burns hotter than the sun. Oh boy. Maybe he should start opening up those shipping containers. Hey. What are they hiding in there? What are they shipping across the borders? All right. So, and you guys, look at this. The past is the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Devil. The Fool takes the step. So having LeBlanc kind of intertwined with being Canada's new finance minister does not look good. Absolutely. We also have the Five of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands as well with aspecting that sun. So I don't actually think this is going to last for too long. It feels like things are going to implode. Again, the Trudeau government is imploding. Chrystia Freeland is not the only one that has stepped down and resigned. So there's been a lot of chaos in the whole Canadian government. So I mean, we'll have to see moving forward how things even unravel even more, but I don't see this as being a permanent thing, you guys. It feels like this is going to implode even more, especially with that devil energy. Okay, he's coming out as the devil energy, so lots of corruption and chaos with Dominic LeBlanc. Now, I was going to look into a couple different sets of questions here because when I was looking into the crystal ball, I was seeing something to do with a potential oil spill. And also, I don't know if this is some kind of an earthquake or what that may be, but I think I may actually do a part 2 and do a different video for Canada for that. Let's just keep this one on like more of the government political level because I have another question that was kind of cropping up in my mind here because I mean, for the Canadians, I know that Chrystia Freeland also talked about giving Canadians a $250 check as well. But now that she's no longer there, I'm kind of curious, is this something? I believe there was something about her canceling the questional giveaway. So is this something? Are Canadians still going to receive a $250 check? Let's see what the tarot has to say. Will Canadians still receive a $250 check from the government? The World. The Seven of Swords. The Sun as the outcome. And then we have Knight of Swords. Well, if we kind of look at victory at what cost, we have Six of Wands on the back of the deck here. So I don't think they have it in their budget to give it to the people. That's for sure. But if we kind of look at the situation and the outcome of this, the Seven of Swords, you know, it very much may be taken away. It may be, they may be retracting on that comment of giving the Canadians their $250 credit. I feel like at some point there could be a potential, you know, rebate coming back to the people, but I think they are definitely trying to take back that statement and reverse their words with this, especially with the Seven of Swords. This is definitely, you know, them needing it for their own gains here. So, especially with the Knight of Swords, and we have the Six of Swords aspecting the Sun, makes me think that this may not be something that's coming to Canadians right away. So, it may very much be delayed with that energy here. So interesting. All right, guys. Well, let's see here. Let's try to end this on a positive note. Let's just pull a few cards here, Spirit. What does the Canadian government look like in the next year? How will there be big improvements with the Canadian government within the next 12 months? How will the Canadian government be in the next 12 months, Spirit? Let's try to see if we have any good info, any good news coming towards us. A Page of Swords. No, we have the Ace of Wands. I'm just kidding, guys. There is some light at the end of the tunnel here. Three of Cups. It's not going well right now, that's for sure. But look at this. Massive transformations. Absolutely. So, Knight of Wands, passion, adventure, and inspired action. So it does look like there is a massive overhaul with the Canadian government, absolutely. It's definitely going to take a little bit of time here. There's, like I said in the beginning, lots of damage control, lots of things imploding, but the fact that we have the Ace of Wands right in that situation with a massive transformation shows the potential for great growth here. So really beautiful. This is a spiritual gift. Ideas flow towards your soul. Follow your passion, rich potential for growth. So be aware of pitfalls. Absolutely with this. And the end, this is the end and the beginning, you guys. So it does look like, again, with that Three of Cups in reverse and the Page in reverse, over right now how things are going, it is going to take a bit of time to really unravel things and get things back on the straight and narrow, I guess how you can say it. But there is a new leadership coming in with that King of Wands, King of Swords, which is really, to me, indicating Pierre Poilievre. That will be the new Prime Minister when Justin is taken out here over the next month or so. But it does look like Canada is going through a massive transformation. So I do want to end that on that positive note. What do we have, Spirit? A final card for the momentum forward for the Canadian government. Yeah, look at this. We have the Nectar and the Queen. So it's like, look at this, the dead end energy. We are at a dead end when it comes to Trudeau, and there has been, you know, even other parties. I think I can't remember his name now, Singh, he has even, you know, requested for Trudeau to step down here. So it looks like massive changes in the Canadian government, I guess, and a big transformation over the next year here. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel, but it's going to take quite a few more months to kind of get through the chaos that is ensuing right now. So big tower moment for Trudeau and the Canadian government. But I'm sending you guys all lots of love and light on your adventure. And until next time, bye for now.